Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
You can't start.
I'm Pepe.
I'm Michael. You gonna say anything?
I thought it was Danny then me.
It doesn't matter that.
No, it goes Pepe or whoever first. Danny has to be last because it's and I'm Danny.
Oh, okay. Can we start again?
No.
I'm Franny.
And I'm Danny.
And we're the Risky Biscuit Boys.
Yeah.
Risky biscuit, risky biscuit.
Who?
Risky biscuit, risky
Yeah.
biscuit.
Who? Yeah.
Risky Biscuit Boys, yeah. Risky Biscuit, 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 Risky Biscuit Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Man.
So a lot of things have happened since fucking, I don't know, January?
Yeah, a lot of things. I think the last one we did, we're like, damn, Kobe died, R.I.P. And then everything just got worse from there.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, man, if this one event ever comes out, because I feel like they always come out like months after we record them.
Oh.
We're just like real YouTubers now.
Oh, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah. Huh, Danny?
Wait, the podcast or the world or the world, the state of the world?
Both.
I hope so. Let's just end it, like everything. Just start over.
Just kill ourselves. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. We'll start it off.
Mass suicide?
Yeah. What if everyone in the world committed suicide at the same time?
That wouldn't be that bad. At least you wouldn't be dying alone, technically.
I guess.
Do you think in heaven? Do you think in heaven?
What?
You know they say like, oh, it's like how they're like, oh, if you commit suicide, you can't go to heaven. What's the same thing with the raid on Area 51? You know how they're like, oh, they can't arrest us all. Can God really send us all to hell if we all did it at the same time?
Probably.
God's kind of an asshole.
The Biblia?
The Biblioteca.
Why are you always touching shit?
Fuck, I was gonna say something.
Well, then say it. What's stopping you? Was it racist?
It's my racist mind telling me to stop. Damn, I honestly forgot. It had to do with suicide, though. It was pretty cool. Suicide is badass.
Can you stop touching things?
Nah, that's just pretty sad.
What?
Suicide?
Yeah.
Why?
Because people feel like they have to take their lives.
What about the ones that don't? That just do it?
They do it because they think their lives are bad.
What about the people that are crazy?
And
Well,
kill
that's
themselves?
sad too. What are you talking about?
Sad in your point of view, or sad for them?
It's both.
What if they're really happy when they're doing it?
Yeah. What if they're in a lot of pain?
What if it's accidental? Like, what am I thinking of, Michael?
When they have a gun, they trip and fall and just like shoot
No,
them in
no,
the
no.
That happens in the movie, but we'll get back to that later.
No,
What do you...
autoerotic.
Autoerotic asphyxiation?
Yeah, a lot of people
What?
kill themselves by
You
accident
said-
with that shit.
I thought you were gonna say like some serious, maybe like
No.
some famous person who accidentally killed themselves or something like that.
I feel like there's probably.
But no, you go with autoerotic asphyxiation.
No, you just go straight to porn.
You always have a fucking dick on the mind.
I mean, a lot of people do
that
kill
gay?
themselves like that by accident.
Huh?
And that's technically suicide. Fern, stop touching shit.
That's his
Who's
speaker,
Franny?
dude.
That's Danny.
I smashed like, I don't know, like 2-3 feet away from it.
You smashed?
Yeah. Well, you don't play?
It says it like it's new, like you've never done it before. You smash?
Yeah, I mean,
Congratulations, dude.
You smashed before?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean Captain Falcon. What do you mean?
You? You're gonna give me a fucking aneurysm.
Cool. I've never seen one in person.
What's an
before.
aneurysm? Isn't it just like a
Something
really big
with the
headache?
brain.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's technically a really big headache.
So like a worse migraine?
I forgot to turn it
But
off.
it's deadly.
How deadly?
Like
It's
You
your
can't-
brain.
You can't have an aneurysm and survive. It's not how that works.
It's your brain. It's your brain.
Your bane.
Fuck you.
It's your vein doing the name.
Yeah. It's like self-destruct.
What is it? You really adopted the darkness. It's bane, right?
No, fuck you.
Yeah, your brain just does the name.
Okay, can we
You
go?
take the big sleep.
Yeah, why'd you say okay?
Oh,
Oh.
it's on their phone.
Says an excessive localized enlargement of an artery caused
Yeah.
by a weakening of the artery wall. It's like a blood clot in your brain.
Yeah.
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 That sucks.
It's
what-
yeah. You can get that
Your
shit
blood-
just by
Your
stressing out.
blood just does a nay in your brain, and you're just
Dead.
done.
So,
So-
Over.
You ever?
What is that
You could
called?
stop
Crazy how back then the solution to that shit would be, what is that thing called where they poke holes in
Oh.
the brain?
lobotomy?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, lobotomy is when they go in with the ice pick
Through the
through the nose.
Yeah.
They would drill in
They
skulls
would
too,
drip.
though.
It's kind of like bloodletting, where they cut your body so you would bleed.
horrible. The
But-
logic behind that, huh? That's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's crazy.
Imagine the pain that people felt. I think JFK's like younger sister.
Yeah,
had
she
a
got
lobotomy,
lobotomized.
and like she was like a vegetable for the
Yeah.
rest of her life.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But I think she had a lobotomy for like, it wasn't for like head pain. I think it was just because she was like a wild girl.
Yeah.
Like I think they
Yeah.
literally like tried to fix her like attitude with a lobotomy.
Yeah, because nobody really got it. They're
Because
like,
nobody understood like mental
just do
illnesses.
this. Yeah, I don't
Like she was probably just bipolar.
I don't like the way that she doesn't listen. Just kind of
Like she was probably just bipolar or something, and like they're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
that's just crazy. Going back to like the
Bro,
things
and that was-
have come up
that was
about.
not that. That was less than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
Think
lot
about
of- a lot of
mental
shit.
illness going back thousands of years. Back to what if the first person who brought up religion, hearing God and stuff, was just schizophrenic?
Crazy as fuck.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. You never know, because nobody knows what mental health didn't become a thing until the last 10 years.
And people are still struggling with the concept of it.
Yeah, some people still.
You know, like, stop being a
Some-
bitch, just suck it up.
Yeah,
So people still can't fathom the idea of like people feeling different things. from
Anxiety isn't real. It's just you're just scared of real life.
To a certain extent, that's kind of true.
I mean, yeah, because that's what anxiety is.
that. It's not, but it's not like those people are like walking around going, I want to feel anxious right now.
Yeah.
true.
Like it's just a feeling that comes to them.
Medicine has been so fucked up. It's gonna. I mean, people used to fucking take mercury because they're like, yeah, this liquid metal
That's
that'll
how
help.
Genghis Khan died.
Oh yeah, they couldn't access his grave because of the mercury poisoning. Like if you
Yeah,
touch his
that
body,
fool,
What the
he
fuck?
thought
Wait,
he
what?
was an alchemist. So he was an alchemist,
Don't
along
touch
with
those, friend.
being
Those are the first
a
one.
murdering, raping warlord. He was an alchemist. So he was trying to find the elixir to life, the thing
he
that would
thought it
make
was
you live
mercury.
forever. And he thought it was mercury.
and
So
that
he would take
fucker,
mercury
that fucker
pills.
was so poisoned that his body's like fucking poison is radioactive. Like you can't get close to it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like it's so poisoned that if you come in contact with his body, like you have more mercury poison.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's- he took mercury pills every day up until he died.
Do you really?
Sometimes multiple times.
That
during the
fucker
day.
probably got like nosebleeds like fucking 100 times a day.
That fool also smashed like 100 times a day.
Nah, that fucker could not keep
yeah,
it up.
did you hear that?
No.
I don't know, man. He
One,
has some
it's
metal
like
in him.
1 in every 100 people or something like that is related to Genghis Khan.
Yeah, because that motherfucker raped
He would just
and
roll
pillaged
up.
so
he would
much.
just roll up into villages and be like, "I'm gonna take all the women."
Planet C.
That's
Basically.
wild. And then during his time, he created like a man-made climate change because he was just killing so many people that he eliminated like 20% of the carbon dioxide emission in the air just from killing people.
I think he killed like 200 years worth of people.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
took like 200
wild.
200 years to get like that many people, and it was just like nah.
One dude was able to do all that, and then he basically killed himself. Because he's like,
Hey,
Just
"Nah,
like
that's a-
Hitler.
I want to live forever.
That's a good segue back into fucking suicide.
Full circle. Full circle.
That wasn't suicide.
That wasn't where I wanted it to
Technically-
go.
It was
I mean,
kind
is
of
there a
intentional,
difference
though.
between?
No, I mean,
feel
it's
like
not
there's
intentional.
a difference between suicide and killing yourself.
Yeah,
But
there is.
autoerotic
Suicide-
asphyxiation isn't
That's-
fucking
that's-
technically not
Because suicide, I
No,
feel
but
like,
like
is what people
I'm saying,
do when
actually,
they're.
yeah. To me, suicide is like you kill yourself like intentionally,
Yeah, you
And, like,
you do it.
and to me,
you commit suicide. You
and
know what
killing
you're
yourself,
doing.
like you kill yourself, but like it wasn't your intention.
Yeah,
to.
like if you, like I was saying,
Like
you
him,
accidentally shoot yourself.
like
That's killing
like him,
yourself.
he was literally drinking all that mercury and shit because he wanted to live forever, not because he wanted to die.
I mean, if you look them up, they're gonna be the same definition. But I feel like suicide and killing yourself are two different things.
Well, technically, he did live forever, so that's kind
I
of.
mean, I guess.
yeah.
Through his seed.
He's in the history books for a fact. He
Yeah.
do be in the media sometimes. Wanna know what else is like trippy? Pyramids. You know, like people were just like, I want my grave to be really big, and guess what happened? They made their grave really big. You can't like no one nowadays can make their grave as big as those Egyptians. Like,
I mean, that's not necessarily true.
explain.
Well, I mean, Elon Musk could just allocate a piece of land
Yeah,
and be like, I'm gonna build a giant pyramid for when I die.
it's not
For all we know, that's what he's trying to do on Mars.
That'd be pretty cool.
Imagine being the first person to be buried on Mars
That would be cool.
that we know
That
of.
technically would be history.
That we would know of.
Isn't it wild that what is it? He sent 2 astronauts to the space station using his like Falcon rocket and was able to come back and land no problems, and nobody even cared because everybody was all focused on everything else that's happening right
It
now.
was in the media for like, I don't know, like let's say 24 hours. It was probably in the media for like 20 minutes.
I like the memes.
I don't think they want it to be on there anyway.
the
It's not-
two.
It's not like NASA. It's him. It's him doing.
Well, I mean,
it.
he's
Well, he
in
did-
work with NASA.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it was
So,
two.
I
have
feel like
partnership.
I feel like it'd be like a.
Look at,
bit
I googled it. Fucking first thing that pops up. As many people as 1,000 people die accidentally as a result of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Whoa, is that a dick?
No.
Why
Well,
you
nice
looking at
cock, bro.
Dicks, dude.
Bro, we weren't even like trying to talk. Nobody's trying to talk about that.
No, I'm just saying. That it's basically.
I told you, he always has dicks on the
you
brain.
didn't have to
dude.
research
No,
that any
well,
further.
I want, look, because it's accidental fucking suicide.
Nobody wanted to know this.
It's
Yeah.
accidental suicide. I want you to know that at least 1,000 people die a year. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Just they're suffocating them.
only
They're
1,000 people die a
No,
year.
at
They're
least.
suffocating themselves for sexual arousal. That's the definition.
Hey,
of it.
we know what that was. Like
I know. Well, just in case you don't know what the fuck it is.
we didn't want to keep.
So
talking
basically,
about
when your chick is just like choke me,
oh my
that can
God.
also
You
be counted.
explained it for like the 5th time.
That's
already.
not. No, that
well,
doesn't count.
that still counts because that's what it is. Autoerotic.
I thought auto
Asphyxiation.
meant by yourself. Like it's auto, like you're
Autoerotic
doing it by yourself.
asphyxiation is you choking yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just asphyxiation.
take the auto out of it,
So it's
and it's just
asphyxiation.
erotic asphyxiation.
Erotic,
Erotic
asphyxiation is like
When someone else
Like,
does
oh,
it
yeah,
to
Well,
you.
that's, I mean, it's
When you
close
choke her and
to-
punch him in the face.
I guess so, but I don't care.
Nobody asked that. We were on a different topic.
If you were the real Danny, you would care.
Are you talking about? All
That
right,
is Danny.
well, I guess
I'm sorry that I don't want to.
I guess there's fucking. We gotta talk about
Surprise
the elephant
guest.
in the room. Danny got a haircut.
I mean, change his name to Fern.
Ooh, what are you talking about? It's
Bro,
Danny.
and he doesn't like porn.
He loves it.
Man,
We
we
would-
were talking about something, and you brought that shit up, and now,
I forgot.
like, look at now the conversation.
Why are you like so
died.
focused on talking about like choking yourself? and
I'm
getting
done.
horny?
I'm done. I don't want to talk about
Is
it.
there
That is-
something?
I'm
is there
done.
something you're trying to tell us?
I'm done.
Do you want to watch it?
He's saying
As soon as this
he's
shit
trying
ends.
to tell us.
That's basically all it is. People getting choked and getting horny from it.
Okay,
He's trying to tell us
you guys
that
make
if
me
we
want to
come
fucking kill
to his
myself.
house
Lack of oxygen
and we see
makes
him with
fucking.
a belt around his neck, that it wasn't
Yeah,
suicide.
just no. Just leave me. Just leave me. It's exactly what you think it is.
He's gonna be like, guys, let me demonstrate real quick. He's gonna be like, look, I'm not killing myself. Look, and then he just dies.
That'd be
Well, I don't think that's like the worst way to go if you think about it.
What's the worst way to die?
I don't know, fucking drowning.
Yeah.
Slowly, it has to be slowly.
Something slow. Being buried
Freezing,
alive.
Being buried alive, burning to death.
Suffocation.
all those
Drowning's
are
up there
bad.
though. Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
The
that's
drowning-
terrible.
Have you ever?
No, the drowning-
No, have you almost ever drowned?
Yeah,
That shit fucking sucks.
I have twice,
So did I.
but I don't want to talk about it.
For me, it was like this. Both times, my dad was around and he's like, "Learn how to swim, you fuck." Yeah, that's it.
Nah, both times I got saved, but
So, I mean, so did I.
I didn't.
No,
have you guys drowned? Oh, I don't know, cause I went to a birthday party one time. It was at the Ventura, the.
No one cares. Get to the point.
All right. So I was
The public pool?
yeah, the public pool basically, the one with the slides. If you know, you know.
You were wearing red shorts.
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing red shorts, but you know how there's like a line between like the 4 feet and when it starts getting like deeper.
Yes.
I was just like, I don't think it's that deep, being like I don't know 10 or 11.
You just
And I went over and I was like, oh no, it's pretty deep, and I could like float, but just barely, you know, touching the floor, going back up.
Yeah.
And then I would get tired, and I was like, okay, I need to go back. And I would look, and the line's pretty far. And I was like, well, I don't know how to swim. So let me go to the wall. The wall was like, I don't know, like 3, maybe 10 feet away.
oh, that's
That's a big
that's
difference.
such a big difference, dude.
You're like I either was close by the wall or I was in the middle of the fucking pool.
I was drowning. You want me to stop and be like, oh yeah, let me do the math real quick. It was either really close or really far, because it looked close, but it felt far as shit. And I was right underneath the lifeguard. And I was drowning.
It's like
I was like flailing my arms. I was just like, oh, I need to get to the wall. I was like, help. Help. But the guy was just up there, like, not looking at me. And I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna drown.
He's like,
At my
he's
friend's
like, as
birthday
long-
party.
He's like, as long as I don't look at him, I don't have to help him.
then you learn how to save yourself.
I grabbed the wall eventually.
And now look at you, you're a lifeguard.
Now I'm a
now
lifeguard.
you can do it to somebody else.
So that was like a
So if
that
that
was
person-
like a mid-level almost drown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was me almost drowning.
Have
The
you
water
ever
got
done
in my
the thing
lungs.
where, like,
So you weren't really actually almost drowning.
I was there's a term for it. I was an active drowner. Like I could still move and stuff, but like I was still like
Oh, yeah.
technically drowning.
And what's the other one? A non-responsive.
Yeah,
drowning?
non-responsive.
Where they just fucking panic and they're basically dying.
Have you ever like swam under something and you come up?
But
like,
you're
in
at a pool with
middle
the
of it?
lifeguard there.
What?
You were at a pool with the lifeguard there.
Yeah, there was 4.
What the fuck? You were saying, Michael?
No, like you swim under something, you come up in the middle, so you try to go one way, and then you give up and you go back the other way, and then you just kind of like going back and forth, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you freak
oh
out.
fuck, which way is the right way?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
felt like I was drowning when we went to Arrowhead, and
Oh,
we
the
jumped off the
nannies?
rock.
Oh.
Yeah, I came down and I forgot to plug my nose, so
Uh,
I came
I
down
hate
and I
that
hit the
feeling.
water, and I hit I kind of turned like that, so I hit my back at the same time, so it knocked
Wait.
all the air out.
Michael, do it again. Do it again.
Oh shit! I gotta do it for the mic. So I turned. So I don't know how to explain it. I guess I came down like the pencil dive, and I turned slightly, so I hit my back. So all the air got pushed out, and then I wasn't plugging my nose, so all the water rushed up into my nose.
I hate that
And
feeling.
then I was just kind of in there, and I was like, oh no! And then I was like, oh fuck! I need to get back up to the top now.
That nose feeling is like the weirdest.
It's
feeling
like
ever.
Yeah.
spicy water in your nose.
So-
It's gross.
So the first time for me was at my grandma's house. My parents were around, and my uncle did a cannonball, and I was like, "Shit, I could do that too." And I jumped in the middle of the fucking pool, and nobody realized it till my eyes started closing, and then I just I heard someone jump into the water, and I just remember getting out. That was it. And I was scared to swim. I was scared to swim ever since then. Even now, sometimes I'll fucking freak out,
They're just like.
and I know how to swim.
You can't go to sleep in the pool. You just
Basically.
drown, sinking.
What about you, Fern? Have you drowned?
Yeah, I almost drowned twice. I don't want to talk about it.
It was that bad.
It was traumatizing.
Yeah, one of them I was 5, and the other one I was like 7.
One of them was when I was 5. The other one was like last week.
No, I learned how to swim. I learned how to swim just by jumping in. I learned how to swim when I was 8, and they just threw me.
No,
in
my
the
mom-
water.
Oh really?
My mom get.
It's
had
cool.
to
Some
give
people
us
just like. I
lessons.
feel like most people just know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, what is it? Something you know, like start swimming. Cause like if you throw an animal in the water, they start
Yeah.
swimming kind of.
Uh-huh.
It's like instinct.
I don't know, man.
it's
Have
an
you ever
instinct.
have you ever seen
Some
somebody
people
throw
don't have it though. Some people like.
Yeah, some people just don't have it.
Have you ever seen someone? I saw a
But
fucking
I
video
feel like it's the minority.
of some chick like gets a turtle, and she throws it
A
into
tortoise?
yeah, it's a fucking tortoise, and she throws it into the water.
Yeah, it was
No.
a big old thing. I remember because what is it? Philip
She was
DeFranco
trying to
talked
help
about
it, and then it's just
Yeah,
fucking.
she thought she was helping. She's like, saw this turtle on the side of the road. My good deed for the day. And she fucking chucks it into the water.
I feel like. Have you guys seen those cave diving videos?
All those
Yeah.
are scary.
I feel like
yeah.
that's the worst way to.
those
die.
those
That-
videos give me anxiety. Dude.
That's pretty much what I was imagining when Michael said a story.
like imagine having your air, just your air goes out down there and like you only have like you're on your own oxygen and you like you can't make it back up and like you know how long it's gonna be until you
Yeah.
drown. Like that must. be
I
the
forget
scariest
what the
thing ever.
cave is called, but there's one that's notorious for taking people's lives. Like it's just so many twists and turns, and you
It's
can't map
confusing.
it.
People.
No,
The
no.
way you
Well,
say-
it's no.
It's
It's
a cave's like.
no.
fuck
It's
you,
it's.
dude.
You go in the
people-
water and the cave just grabs you and kills you.
Just
No,
People
just go-
overestimate-
Yeah, people overestimate
Yeah.
their own abilities.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of younger people. Well, like really, like some extreme like divers that know what the fuck they're doing. Get
Also
like,
die.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the best in the world died at that shit.
yeah. I'm gonna look up what it's called real quick.
It's scary.
Where
And then
is
you
it?
still gotta like depressurize. So if you
Do you know
if
where
you
it
run
is?
out of air, like you
Uh,
can't go all the way up or you'll
I wanna
die.
say it's
Either
in,
way,
like-
you're gonna die.
Like in the Europe area.
Yeah. You know, like depressurizing isn't something
That blue
they
hole.
recommend
that,
that you because
that-
it just causes you to get like sick.
that blue hole in Belize, that shit looks so badass.
Yeah.
It's not that one though, because I think that one's just like a straight up hole. Like it's just a big giant hole. Looks cool though. But yeah, I've seen videos where like they have to like control like their air too. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
there's
what
there's
it's
people
called.
that do with no tanks.
I don't know what it's called. They're supposed to,
Freediving.
they're sort their buoyancy. They're supposed to control their buoyancy, but it, like at a certain depth, your weight becomes too much for you to like control that buoyancy. So like
Yeah.
you literally can't float back up anymore. So like if you hit that depth, you're literally like you're fucked.
You're just there.
You're
Oh,
just
that's
there,
scary.
and
That's
you're
scary.
there and you're there till you die, till you drown. I saw a YouTube video of that. Like that shit was fucking scary.
That is scary. Just thinking about it. Just dying.
Like some guy recorded it, and he was just like there, like fuck, like it's over. He couldn't get back up anymore. He was
Oh.
trying, but
That's scary. When dying is out of like your own hands, that's when it's scary, in my opinion.
yeah, that's like extra scary because you know
Yeah.
it's coming.
Because you're
Yeah.
just like, well, I'm gonna die. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, if you can
Oh,
kind of control it, it's
I
not
found
as
it.
scary.
I say that
The Yucatan?
the Yucatan.
Yucatan? You mean
Yucatan.
Mexico?
Yeah, it's in Mexico, and it's the most dangerous cave.
10 most dangerous dive sites.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a lot of
world.
cenotes over there, like underwater caves. It's pretty cool. It's like ancient ass.
But
fucking
like
crazy.
caving in general is also like dangerous too.
Spelunking.
Spelunking?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That seems
That's
cool.
what you do when you just go into caves and
Yeah,
It seems
see what
pretty-
you find.
yeah. A lot of
You're
people
not
get.
going in there looking for stuff, but if you
Find
find,
a
shit,
fucking
you're
bear,
like, oh,
huh?
that's cool. I'm
Well,
gonna take it.
People go missing that way.
Yeah.
The
It's because people try to put themselves in these like tight crevices too. That they
Yes,
can't
You
get
guys
that-
back
that's
out
the
of.
same.
the
France,
video
France.
of
What am I thinking of?
yeah, you're thinking
It's my dog.
yeah, I can't think of what it's called right now.
That's scary, dude.
The ruins of France.
It's not the ruins of France. It's something else.
Well, I'm talking about the ruins of France. They made a whole ass movie about it, which was fucking weird. But just a lot of people go missing down there, and they do the same thing that you're talking about.
What
There's
is
a
it
lot
called?
of like collapsed tunnels, and they try to go through. They get stuck, and then
The
they're
catacombs of Paris.
there. You go.
So during during
The plague era.
during the plague, because so many
Ew.
people were dying, they just made a mass grave.
They throw their asses
And then
down.
afterwards, they built Paris on top of this mass grave.
Yeah.
So it's like the beautiful city and everything, and then underneath it is just
Like, millions
thousands,
of people.
millions,
Millions
of
of
dead
people.
bodies
That shit
and
is
everything,
overrated.
like bones and stuff.
Nah, they're
Yeah,
still
people
alive.
go missing in there. People go missing in there all the time. It's illegal to go.
What?
You could find legal things, but it's illegal to go there. You can get
Yeah.
fined like a shit ton of money
Yeah, and then,
for
like
going in
the
there.
entrances they have, they look like, you know, like it'll look like, I don't know, like an electric, like it'll look like a normal building, but if you open the fucking door, it's a straight entrance into the catacombs.
Yeah, they're wild.
There's
Yeah,
like
that's what
more
I was
than one
gonna-
too.
You ever seen the video? It's like a guy walking through the catacombs. Like, he's just kind of looking at all the bones, and then out of nowhere, he just starts fucking running for his life. Like, for whatever reason, he just starts running.
There was a whole.
And he trips, and he drops the camera, and he gets up, and you get to just see him run away into the distance. And to this day, nobody knows what the fuck he was running from. And they went to go look for him, and they have no idea. There's just miles of catacombs that they have to go through, and there's just no way to get through all the catacombs right now. I mean, they could probably get really far now,
Yeah,
but at the
nobody
time
wants to
that
go
it was
through
filmed, yeah, people were like, well, we've been in here for almost...
it. It was
a
like
week
12
now.
hours. Yeah, it was like 12 hours, and
No,
like they've been
been
going
there
back.
for like a while.
Well, no, they were going like in and out of it, like trying to. But
Yeah.
dude, it's
In
so.
and out's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, a horrible transition.
I mean, he-
It's crazy, yeah. There's just caves everywhere.
Caves are cool, but they're also scary.
Devil's Hole is a cave.
Oh, yeah,
We
the-
just never found it.
fucking. There's another cave called the Devil's Asshole.
The devil's asshole.
The Devil's Asshole.
No, there's a place in Arrowhead called Devil's Hole that we spent
An
2
hour.
hours looking for, and we never found
those
it.
underwater caves in fucking the Yucatan. The Mayans call them like the entrance to the underworld.
That's what they say. Paris.
Yeah.
The movie that you're talking about, it's called As
That's
Above,
just cool
So
because
Below.
I mean
Yeah.
it's true. That's where people go to. People go there to die.
If you want to see a crazy, like a good like movie about people finding the entrance to hell, As Above, So Below is like good
Yeah.
because it's supposed to be like hell's like the reverse of Earth, basically. So once they get to the halfway point to where they enter hell, everything's like a reverse, just like
It's a really
10
fucking
times
creepy
worse
movie.
than
It's
what it
really
is.
creepy.
It's
But
cool.
going on to a different topic.
Let's do something
I
that
have- I have no segue, so please help.
I got it.
Uh-huh.
Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
It's not funny. They do.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Why are you laughing?
I laugh because I'm
It's-
nervous.
Yeah, it's a nervous laughter. He does that all the time. It's not meant
It's-
to be
it's-
disrespectful. He just
Ugh.
It's
doesn't
how
know
I
how to
deal
be
with my
serious.
stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to take it seriously.
They matter. Wanna know why? Because police have been killing people for many years. You know how many years?
Stop poking me.
Many years. That's how many years.
Since they were founded.
But Minneapolis is like, we're going to get rid of the police department and replace it with a public run, like, supervision something. And everyone's like,
A substitute for cops.
what does that mean? And they're like, oh, we'll probably just leave it to the public to protect themselves. And I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly
I
what we
honestly haven't looked at it. Or, like,
I was like,
seen
that's
what
exactly
their
what we
plans are
need,
for it.
because then, I mean, what's stopping any white person from just shooting a black person on the street and then being like, oh, well, I thought
I mean, well,
they were attacking me. Then there's nobody to go after that person. You're just going to get people killing people
well, I
in the
mean, there
middle of the
wasn't
street.
anybody to go after that person before, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just things weren't being handled, and people are trying to handle it, but it's hard to handle situations that haven't been like tested out yet. Like we're just in the testing phase right now. Things aren't gonna
Well,
work right away. You know, this isn't like a fucking Disney movie. People are gonna try different solutions, and they're not always gonna be the best. But we need to try new things because what we have right now isn't working, and it hasn't been working for many years. You know?
We've just been pretending it has.
Yeah.
Well, it has. It's just been working for the white majority.
Yeah, it's just been one-sided. And also, like, cops are pretty fucking brutal. Like, the way they handle things.
At
Did you
the
see the
same time-
video of that NYPD guy giving that speech
Yeah.
side by side with all the brutality that NYPD has been doing during these protests?
Yeah, I saw that. It was on Twitter.
It was a piece of shit.
They're being criminalized, Michael. Don't you feel bad for
They got
cops?
treated. They're not even getting treated that bad. Like they're treating people like shit, but they're like getting questioned for it. So they're like so fucking like.
Dude, they're literally killing people,
I know.
and they're not being killed. They're just being hurt. Like, what?
They're not being hurt. They're just being exposed.
Yeah,
And like that hurts them so much. That burns them so much.
we just pushed them into a corner, and they're like, no, no more. And they're retaliating.
Yeah, we'll see how the Minnesota thing works out. Hopefully, there's other plans
We'll see.
that other people come up with.
We'll
But
see.
I haven't looked at it. To be
Okay.
honest, I haven't seen what they plan to do or how they plan
It's
to
just
do it.
they've had people on there like, yes, we're gonna demolish the police, we're gonna dismantle them, replace them with something else, and they're like, oh, well, what idea do you have in mind? And they're like, I don't know.
This,
Well, I don't think they're
Which
gonna
my
do it
thing
until
is
they
like,
have
you
a
can't,
plan, right?
yeah, bring up pushing for yes, is dismantle the police, replace them with something. But what's your idea for doing that? Because we can't just. You can't bring it up without having an idea to back it up, because then that's how you get people coming in like, oh, they don't have an idea, so why are we even going to listen to
In the
them?
next few weeks, we're probably gonna.
well,
Yeah, we'll see.
this is basically like the French Revolution. Because they were like, kill them, and they killed them, and they're like, what do we
I
do
hope
now?
it's not like the French Revolution, because then a lot of innocent regular people were killed by the other people who were saying they were doing it for the good of France.
Well, they were just keep going back and forth because they didn't like what was going on, so they killed whoever was in charge, and they're like, well, what do we do now? And people were like, I don't know, let's put someone in charge.
They're like, people were like, I don't know what we're gonna do about my shot. No, fucking take him to the guillotine.
Dude, guillotines are so cool.
No.
They're so
Guillotines
cool.
are cool.
They're killing machines. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, they're killing machines? I did not know. I
How is
didn't.
that
What?
cool?
Killing
Explain.
machines are cool.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They
Why
kill
not?
people.
People kill people. We're technically
Yeah.
killing
Yeah,
machines.
and they're not. We're not cool.
What's cool in your definition, friend?
Stuff that doesn't kill people.
Anything below like 30 Fahrenheit.
That's technically cool.
Yeah.
I think death is cool.
I don't.
It just has to.
I mean, yeah, your body gets cold, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but shit's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse
Before
before
it
it
gets
gets
better.
any closer to getting
Well,
better.
yeah, with fucking COVID-19 about to explode from all the people that have been in these protests.
All
The
people
second
that
wave
fucking-
the second wave has already hit. People just haven't realized it yet.
Well, I mean, it's gonna hit harder.
Well, that's
We're
what-
like in the middle of the
'cause-
second wave. It's just that
No. Well, I mean, what? It's been
People don't-
It's been around almost 2 weeks that all the protests have started, right? So
it's
the
been
second.
like a week and a half.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see the second
it's been like 2
explosion.
weeks.
No, because we're on like the 10th or the 10th, 11th, or 12th day of like protest. And we hit double digits. I know that.
Well, either way, I'm saying like this shit's gonna explode again, and then martial law is gonna be enacted. Or they can just keep opening shit and pretend everything's okay.
People are just gonna point fingers, and like it's just gonna be a giant mess.
They're gonna point fingers at the protest,
Yeah.
but it's not. That's not it.
I
It'll be
mean, to
part
a
of it,
certain
but that's
extent, it is.
not- Have you seen that video of fucking Vegas opening back up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is
There's
not.
like
Did you see the video of the mayor of Vegas just offering up the citizens of Nevada as test subject
Oh yeah, to
for
open up first.
cures that don't even work?
So trash. They're gonna blame it on the protests, not on the fucking white people that were fucking horny to go to fucking TJ Maxx again.
It's true.
I've been there like once. What even is TJ Maxx?
Like that's so fucking.
Is it like a Ross? I think it's like a Ross.
It's like a Ross.
That's so fucking like materialistic. This country's trash. Like they'd rather fucking like they're processing that desperately to be able to go get fucking square ass haircuts.
And like what sucks is like those people were protesting, they weren't wearing masks, and like
Yeah.
the people protesting right now
They're
are
literally
wearing
coughing in
masks.
cops'
Yeah.
faces, dude, and like nothing was happening.
Yeah, I know.
And over here, like you fucking like I saw
you can't even give a cup of fucking flour.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
This motherfucker was trying to give or a protester
it
was
was a
trying to
girl.
give a cop. Yeah.
And they arrested her ass.
Well, after they fucking beat her to the floor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
And she did it to prove a point that, like, even the most peaceful of actions from them are gonna, like, the cops are gonna do something bad to them.
And she was a person of color. She wasn't a white girl or anything. But
And, like, white people were out here, like, with fucking AK-47s on their backs, fucking holding ARs, coughing on cops' faces, and, like, nothing was happening.
Because they're on the top of the pyramid, bro.
because it's not the same thing.
There is no equality in this country. And that's what sucks. Okay?
On a positive note, the Marine Corps has
Every time I think of, when people say the Marine Corps, I think of that fucking, the Office part, the Office fucking thing, where he's talking about Corps.
Oh. Well, they've banned the Confederate flag and any
Oh, yeah.
like anything that represents the Confederate flag.
Only took him a fucking 150 years, bro.
I know, right?
Alright.
Yeah, should they be applauded for that, or
Yeah.
for banning a traitor's flag? Now?
But the KKK is still okay. Still okay.
What was it, that one
I
guy?
saw a meme where they're like cops investigating the KKK members, and it was that Spider-Man meme where they're like pointing at each
Oh,
other.
yeah, I've seen that one. when they're both pointing at each other. That's a good meme.
It's wild. Like, shit's starting to kind of pop up here, too. Like, shit's getting crazy here.
In Fillmore?
Yeah, I mean, some motherfucker just shot another
Oh,
motherfucker.
that's right. Denny-
And not even with when you think shot here in Fillmore, you think like, oh, he pulled out like a pistol and blasted. He shot the dude with like a rifle.
Wasn't it? I saw
What's up?
something.
What happened?
You're just gonna take a fucking-
You taking a phone call?
Recording a podcast? It's not a phone call, it's walkie-talkie.
I fucking hate you. Can you turn this shit
Who
off?
is it?
Sammy Carr.
God,
Technically,
dude.
you are on air. I don't know if it can pick you up,
Really
though.
taking. This is the third time in a row that this motherfucker is taking a phone call
Yeah.
on the podcast.
So we just fucking wait for you, or what?
Sometimes he'll leave the
Wait,
room.
what day is 4th of July?
Can you fuck off?
Oh my god, bro.
I
Fuck
don't know
off.
yet.
Fuck off.
If I tell him what, it doesn't really go away.
Is it on a Saturday?
Saturday.
Hey, Pepper, can you turn
Saturday.
this shit off?
So doesn't have a fucking phone or what?
No, dude.
It's
They
on
just
the
like
watch.
being fucking annoying.
Dude, you guys are just upset. And I
Upset
understand
about what?
that I'm taking a call.
Yeah.
I
We're
understand.
trying to do it,
I'm
I'm
thing,
trying
emotional
to-
fuck.
and you're taking a call right now.
You could just not answer it. It's that easy. Call
Fuck
me.
off.
I'll let him know. I'll text you right now, dude. They're being all pee-pee sad because I'm talking to you. I just wanted to know what he wanted to talk about. Jeez. What if it was an emergency?
No.
What if his hand was cut off, bro?
Anyways, going back to what we were talking about. Yeah, some motherfucker shot another
You
motherfucker
shot a
with a
dude
rifle.
with a rifle.
Where at?
By
I saw
Danny's house.
I saw some shit on
Actually,
Twitter.
there's
No, that
pretty
was
close-
a different.
That was a guy that got his throat slit by Danny's house.
Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't get his throat slit. I read the report. He slit his own throat, and then it was like it looks from what I think he tried to kill himself, and he was like, "Oh, never mind. I don't want to do this."
And they haven't investigated Danny for this? No, just kidding. I saw some shit that he was like barricaded in a barn.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
near, like, the
barricaded
one
himself
close
in
Where
a
was it at?
barn.
I don't know where Danny lives.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh,
They're not
oh,
the same. They're
oh.
two separate incidents.
Well, where's
so
the
Danny-
barn at?
Danny was
Danny-
barricading himself near, what is it? You know the strawberry, like, fuck.
The stand?
Yeah, the
Oh,
stand
oh,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
over there. That's where he
Over
got
there?
arrested. Yeah,
That's
over there.
that way.
Is it?
Yeah, that's that way. Towards my room.
No,
There's
that
not the other
way.
one towards Santa
This
Paula.
one over here.
Oh, okay.
You know when you take that other
Yeah,
way
yeah,
going
yeah.
past.
Okay.
Yeah, he got
And
arrested.
he has a
over there.
barn out there or something, and he just barricaded himself?
Yeah,
What
he
the
Yeah.
fuck?
barricaded himself, and,
And
they were
then-
mad
And the cops rolled up on him?
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
this
a
a white guy?
helicopter.
probably
I feel like some
I
white
don't
guy
know.
would barricade himself in a fucking barn.
fucking dog.
But yeah, dude.
But then,
And then some-
then again, it's Fillmore. People are kind of crazy here.
Doggy,
dog's
doggy.
What is up, dude?
There's a dog in the room.
You need to start again?
Probably. Actually, go fucking lay down. No, lay down, Jax. But Danny lives by the middle school.
No, he lives on the 4-way intersection here in the middle school.
You know what we're talking about? The one that we always walk, like, you go
Yeah.
one way and I go the other way. Yeah, right there.
By
Like
Lemon Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like the orchards at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just give this, might as well give him as a fucking
Yeah,
ad. So
you guys are giving away.
You're gonna have to cut this out.
Just saying where Danny lives. Fucking Danny.
Might as well tell him I live fucking right here. But I don't know.
Yeah, shit's
On the lighter note, I have an AA now. So basically, I'm the most smartest
You're going to
person in the
meetings?
world.
You're going to-
Wait,
The most
so does
smartest.
Danny, doesn't he?
No, he's well.
He's certified.
He's certified for like first aid and stuff.
Those
Well-
are not the same thing.
For like, it's the EMT certification for being
Oh.
for like first aid.
I think he has it. Yeah. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, he'll tell us next time.
Well, he has it, but I
comes
don't
up.
think he's registered. I think that's what he told me. Something. He has it, but he hasn't like been like registered under the state.
Yeah.
Something like that. He hasn't done something. I hope I'm right.
We'll ask him next time.
Some
he
good
comes.
news is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated Edition comes out on the 23rd.
We're gonna change
and
topics.
it hasn't been pushed back. So
Hell yeah.
that's some good news.
The PS5 announcement comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
What else?
Tomorrow as June 10th as today.
Yeah, today's June 10th. It comes out June 11th at 1
Any
p.m.
good news in your life, Fern, or anything that you've seen that's good?
Nah, I don't want to share.
Yeah, Danny.
Come on, Danny. Say something, fool.
You gotta bring something good to the table.
Today's actually my anniversary.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, happy
Thank
birthday.
It's like 6 years or something.
Mazel tov.
She's gonna she's gonna hear this and she's gonna get mad because I don't remember how long we were together.
As long as you say more than 4, technically you're not wrong.
As long as you remember the day.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta meet
It's like
halfway.
6 or 7 years, one of those.
As long as you don't throw a party at her house.
And I threw a party at her house and then her parents found out and they were pretty upset about that.
The house was clean though.
The house was clean except for
Like one mess.
But
yeah.
you did throw a party.
I did throw a party. I take full responsibility for what I did. I should have not done it.
It wasn't like a rager. It wasn't like people throwing each other out windows. It
No.
was like it was a small get together.
It was kind of
What kind
large.
of parties do you go to where people are throwing each other out windows?
You've never gone to one?
Where people fucking scrap and break their glasses. with
Where
their
people
homies.
have
Where people go body blows with their homies and fucking
Yeah.
break their glasses.
where people have you you and a friend guard the room while they're smashing chicks. You don't even want to say anything because you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. The Fern's just quietly laughing. But it's not like that fool listens to my podcast anyways. You should tell him to too. What is it, baby?
That's because he's not getting attention, dude.
No, it's probably because it's hot in here.
Bitch.
Stupid. Dummy.
Ugly.
Leave my dog alone. It was actually my second dog. My first puppy, he passed away because he was the big sick.
He was born with a big nene.
Bring everybody down.
I don't know, man. I just,
Well, I downloaded The Witcher. I just haven't played it yet.
It's pretty good.
I've never finished it.
I haven't even played it.
I'll let you borrow it since I don't have a
Oh,
fucking
my
PS4
Spider-Man
anymore.
back.
Oh, I need to get it. Yeah, that's it's in this case. It was in my room, but I forgot to grab it. It was good. I was gonna get the DLC whenever it went on sale.
It was on sale.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
It
whole
was on
thing.
sale. Yeah,
the
the
whole
thing was for
on
like
sale.
$15.
We need to play COD again. I want to hear Franny get mad.
Nah, this fool doesn't get as mad as Angel does. Angel fucking gets mad.
Angel gets mad, dude.
Angel will get so
the
mad.
fool gets upset when you talk shit to him.
Yeah. If
But
you
he's
tell
like
if
the
you tell
king
him
of talking shit.
if you tell him that he's getting mad, he'll get even more mad.
He's the type of man to put something up his ass, man.
Yeah. He
It's
listens
like,
to
Angel-
these too.
I don't think I don't know that was the type of math.
He doesn't look like
Angel-
he is. You've never seen that video of that one fool that gets so mad he shoves a remote up his ass?
Nah.
Well, it was, I read somewhere that it, was fake.
staged. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was staged.
That
but
wasn't on my
I still go
radar.
back to it and think about
It
it.
still looks real.
It wasn't something I was looking out for.
You weren't looking at memes back in 2014.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's
It's
a
pretty
guy.
old.
It's a guy. He has the video. And he's like, the camera. He's like, my mom just deleted my brother's
World of Warcraft,
World
was
of
it?
Warcraft account, and he's totally freaking out, like, cause it's 100% real. And he runs over and he hides the camera.
And then the brother comes in and
And he
He
starts
starts like throwing all this shit around the room and screaming, and he runs and he hides in the closet for like 5 minutes, and then he comes back out, and he doesn't have any clothes on besides his boxers.
and then he grabs the TV remote and shoves it up his ass.
while yelling. Like he's yelling the whole time.
Yeah, and then he just lays down and cries.
Ew.
Then it came out that it was
Fake.
yeah. It was one of
This
those.
was like years later though.
It looked like he shoved it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
he
that-
definitely,
no, he definitely
shoved it
did
in his
it.
ass,
That
but
wasn't fake, G.
No. I mean, he had his
He had his boxers on.
He had his boxes on,
He
but
just
like
shoved
he
it
grabbed the
in his
remote.
ass.
Oh, that makes it
tried.
better, right?
I always thought, I was like, oh, like, you know how much force you got? Because that puts like extra like resistance on it.
How would you know?
I mean, it's just common sense.
You tried?
No.
I guess thinking about that is common sense.
Okay. You've never like put on a sock as a condom and try to smash? You know people do that.
Yeah.
And people like fuck through the underwear because they think it's like a good protective
Yeah.
barrier.
No, dude, that's something. Well, have you ever seen that thing where people use candy wrappers?
Have you seen the thing that people use like because you know, like
Plastic bags.
yeah,
and
plastic like skinny bags.
ferns.
I'll jump back in when it's over.
we'll just wrap it in saran wrap.
Dude, I'm pretty sure people have done that. People are so dumb. People will do anything, dude.
The fuck?
Dude, the human race is just so crazy. Like there's like so many stuff. Like I feel like it's not possible, but it is.
You'd be surprised.
Stupid.
You'd be surprised. All right.
The fuck, dude? Just oh.
You want to wrap it up?
And they're just like, oh, I'm pregnant. What? How'd that happen?
But I wrap my dick in saran wrap.
I
How?
don't see how that's possible. You see, California is just like, all right, guys, we're gonna start opening everything up.
All of California?
They're
Yeah.
letting salons are being allowed to open,
Strip
theaters are
clubs.
being allowed to open,
Oh
strip
my
clubs
God,
are being
the
allowed
rollers
to
are just spike
open.
up there.
but you know what's not being allowed to open? Fucking
actually
tattoo
happening.
parlors. Even though they were as like the good ones were as like
Clean.
as like hospitals,
Yeah.
but they're not being allowed to open.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
But they're allowing strip clubs to open, which are probably the most disgusting places, like on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the reason behind it has to be money.
Money makes the world turn.
Well, no, it's because it's a bunch of white people over 50 who are deciding what gets to open, and they're gonna be like, no, tattoos, only criminals get tattoos, so we're gonna leave that.
It's a
for
bunch of people with
later.
money influencing white people
Yeah.
over 50 what to open.
I don't know, man. Criminals do be having tattoos, though.
Not all of them.
Most of them.
You don't have tattoos.
I don't have tattoos because I'm not a criminal.
Yeah, right. Have we told you about how this fool has a stealing problem?
It's not a problem.
Fucking klepto.
When was the last time you stole something?
I'm not gonna say that.
Exactly.
I can legally I can say something that happened. I think what is it like 10 or 15 years ago.
Shut the fuck up.
What's it called? The statute of limitations?
Yeah,
I don't even think it's that long.
It's not the same for everything.
You could say something.
Certain things have different.
Yeah, I know.
Just don't confess to shit. Can we wrap this up?
It's like.
Well, I think
Some-
Target's not gonna come up their ass for fucking.
You don't know that.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
For stealing
by
the
the
fucking.
yeah.
bag
Well,
of
if they
chips,
find
I
out
don't
how many times someone has done it, they can like if you've done it once,
It's just
not
if you
a
get
lot.
snagged for something else, they're
They're
find
gonna
out
look back
this exists, they're gonna use it as
Evidence.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not telling anyone to do it, but right now, if you were to go in a store with a hat, a shirt, and a mask, and they were to look at
Oh, I
videos,
hope you're wearing a shirt. What?
or a sweater, or like something like all of the same colors.
Somebody just shoplifted at the Goodwill. They got a big old fat stack of clothes, and they just walked out the back.
Yeah, and like,
But the dipshit sat in their car and just kind of sat there on their phone for a bit. So the person who was back there just went and took a picture of their license plate.
That's a big ass waste of a fucking jacket. Like the clothes is cheap there.
Exactly.
bro, do you need $20?
And it's like,
do that somewhere.
when you know how when people are like, "Oh, please don't steal because you're stealing from us." Over there, that's true. They're basically stealing from me because the company doesn't pay us. The store we work at pays us. So if they don't make enough money, we don't get paid what we're supposed to be getting paid.
Support small businesses.
Because it's a non-profit.
Non-profits are crazy.
You want to finish this up?
Sure.
Recommend time.
Recommend time. Recommend time.
You have to say some shit for
Recommend
this
time.
Recommend time.
All right, for the newbies, recommend time is when you recommend stuff at this certain point of time.
So like anything.
Anything good, bad, is something you recommend people should watch, listen, record,
do,
play,
eat, smell, lick. All five senses. Fuck it.
Fuck.
So last time I did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fern, you started this.
No,
Yeah,
I'll make Fern go.
starting it, Dan.
Okay.
We'll make Fern go third, so he understands how it works.
Just something to watch.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be
something-
anything.
yeah, anything.
Like you just played Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can-
You
yeah,
could
you-
recommend that.
I recommend Autoerotic.
Why?
Why? Say why.
Even
If
if
you like RPGs and if you like Fallout 4, it's a better game than that. If you like Fallout New Vegas, it's pretty similar, but the graphics are like kind of updated. So it's like a Fallout New Vegas with like a bit like better graphics basically. It's a lot shorter though, but it's a really good game.
It was pretty good.
Okay, we'll just go. Do you want to go?
It's not completely open world though. It's like
There's like limitations.
no, it has like
It's like planets.
it's like planets. So like each planet is an open world map, but they're pretty small. So it's like
Oh, it's like a smaller area.
It just came out for the Switch.
Kind of.
it's not completely open world, but it's pretty
Think
open world.
like Bioshock, how the world's kind of you can go wherever you want, but there's still like a linear path of where you're supposed to be going.
Yeah.
I'll let you borrow it if you want. It's stuck in the PS4.
Probably, yeah. My Wi-Fi went out, so I can all I can do is watch videos.
Oh,
on
and
my
I
phone
recommend
or
fucking chamoy apples from this is a plug. I don't even know who to plug. You could add Ed Crazy 085 on Snapchat, and his girlfriend's sister is selling like chamoy apples and they're fucking bomb. And selling like those
I mean,
and stuff.
that's technically
So technically, that's a
They're
recommendation.
They're
Yeah.
fucking, but they're fucking bomb though. Like I think they sound like $5 or something.
Oh, that's not that bad.
But they're bomb.
I bet if they're homemade.
And if you don't want to pay for them, you can also go to Super A and just get those like wraps. Those like chamoy apple wraps.
Yeah.
I think you just have to wrap them and put like tahini on them.
You could do it at home if you
You
want.
can do it at home if you want. So it's not
Chamoy apples.
You have to pay
Look up
someone.
a recipe.
but they're fucking bomb. Sorry.
All right. For fucking Pepper.
I saw a documentary that like tripped me the fuck out because it like have you guys what is it? It's people get mad because the way I pronounce, but I'm trying to pronounce it the way it's supposed to. What is it? Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey
I
Epstein.
see.
Yeah, I used to say Epstein.
The guy
And then-
that quote killed himself.
Yeah.
The guy that killed himself by having some other guy strangle him.
No, he hung himself.
Oh,
For the people who can't see, we're doing air quotes.
The fool who hung himself
fool-
using somebody else's arms.
The fool who hung himself using a paid fucking assassin's fucking arms.
The fool who hung himself. I was like, hey, fool, take this end of the rope.
The fool who had valuable information that could have taken down
hung
even
the
our
rope
fucking
outside
president.
his cell, and he's like, hey, hold on to this real quick.
The fool who was ready to rat on fucking so many pedophile elites that hung himself with the arms of a paid assassin.
Well, there's a documentary on Netflix. It's only 4 episodes, but like, dude is so crazy.
Series.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's episode.
Yeah, that guy was a piece of shit.
Basically, there's 4 episodes, and it's about like the case he was involved in. It's fucking crazy, dude.
He's a
'cause,
piece
like,
of shit, bro. Like,
yeah, fuck that fool.
he
Like,
just rapes little girls left and right.
Yeah.
And our president does too.
there's so
Yeah.
many people, so many.
Did you see how many people are defending him though?
I
They're
have
like,
no way.
Oh,
Hold
these
on.
were
Hold on.
thrown
Real
out
quick.
years
Real
ago
quick.
already,
Real quick.
and this and that.
I have
and
no
it's like,
information
shut
on this,
up.
and I had no opinion on this.
legal wise,
I mean,
nothing.
it's better if you just don't say anything at all.
I mean, I have to say it since I'm in the room.
Well, you have to
You
say.
don't.
I plead
Well,
the
they
fifth.
didn't know you were in the room anymore until you said shit. You could have
Okay,
just sat
okay.
there
Just
and
say
been
you
like,
plead
all
the
right,
fifth.
hey guys, I'm back.
All right, is that what you're recommending?
Oh yeah, that's where the what is it? Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich or Filthy Money, something
I haven't
filthy.
seen it, but it
Dirty
sounds like it's gonna
money.
be like if you're a person with morals.
Oh yeah, if you're
It
like
sounds like it's just gonna get you mad the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're like sensitive about like rape and stuff like that,
If you're against people raping little girls,
And boys.
then it's probably gonna get you mad.
Just children
Yeah.
in general, dude. It
Yeah,
wasn't
but if
just
you're
little
like
children.
wondering,
But
like-
if you're a piece of shit that likes that, then you'll probably enjoy it.
it's just information about like how stuff happens and underneath our noses, and that's like what I liked about it. Like it's just like trippy that how
It's
things
not
actually
underneath their
happen.
noses. It's just that it happens when people let it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. All right.
Kind of like what's going on right now. But what I'm gonna recommend is Son of a Hitman. It's kind of a documentary. It's a podcast, but it's about Woody Harrelson's dad, who was a hitman, and it's actually pretty good. And the episodes are currently still going on, but like I really enjoyed it. So if like you want to listen or you want to watch a documentary or listen to a documentary, because that's technically what it is. There you go. Now you got the Epstein one, and you got Son of a Hitman on Spotify.
Michael
Mhm.
Parr.
Yeah, what do you recommend?
Oh,
Yeah, that was my recommendation. And get a puppy. I like my
what is
puppy.
it? Was it a game that just came out like a few weeks ago, like a week or two ago? I think it was. What is it? Maneater. I don't know if you guys seen. It's a shark game. You get to play as a shark and you just fuck shit up. It's called the Maneater, the Shark RPG. Because you start off as a little baby shark and then you get to become like a fucking big ass shark.
It's like
You
GTA
just fuck
if you were
shit
a
up.
shark.
Yeah, GTA. You just fucking swim around as a shark, and you're not even just a normal shark. You can get like right now. I think my shark is bioelectrical, so when you jump out of the water, he like turns into electricity, and I'm like, this isn't real. But it's pretty fun. And like if you just want mindless fun, where you just swim around and all you're doing is just eating things,
Man-eater.
then it's the game
You can
for
get it for
you.
Xbox, dude.
Also, if we're doing recommending
Yeah, just get it on my laptop.
recommending podcasts, listen to, if you want to know like a comedy podcast, listen to Dynamic Banter.
Dynamic
That
Banter.
shit's fucking
On what?
hilarious on Spotify.
On Spotify.
They're on Spotify, YouTube, and shit. They're so fucking funny, dude.
We are not
If you're
recommending.
into weird, like really weird comedy and shit like that, they're so fucking funny. One of them is just he's been on YouTube like his whole life, like doing comedy, and then one of them is a stand-up comedian. Yeah, they're so funny, dude.
We're not recommended by anybody. They're just strong recommendations from things that we like.
What do you mean?
I have
Not
a degree.
Sponsored by these
It's sponsored.
people.
I
We're
have
not
a
sponsored.
degree. These are good stuff. Listen to me.
Wait, don't. Also, I'm gonna try to put these on
Instagram?
YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube, and I'm trying to get them on Spotify. It's just we can't do Spotify yet until we get like a solid. The one thing that's stopping us right now is the picture. We need like a solid picture.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget to follow us on social media. Fucking
The Risky Biscuit Boys.
the Risky
Yeah,
Biscuit
full
Boys.
all. No caps.
Yeah, all
One
together,
word.
the Risky Biscuit Boys on Instagram.
Yeah.
And on SoundCloud, but you're probably already there.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.